Hey everybody, this is Spare Change, stacking pennies, Darlington edition. Corey LaJoie here alongside Ryan Flores. Southern 500.
One of my favorite races of the year. I've never won it. I've never won a damn thing at Darlington, not even a foot race. Any team that I've been a part of, but it is an awesome race and it's great to be a part of, and we're going to try to go do better than we did here in the spring.
Darlington's a special place. It's Lady in Black, and it tests you every lap, every corner. Your grip changes. The amount of rubber that's laid down changes. So she'll keep you guessing.
Oh, yeah.
She'll keep you guessing. We've had some good runs there in the past. So I'm looking forward to letting her rip for the last regular season race of the year. I think Daytona's a great regular season ender, but I don't mind the Southern 500. Because I don't think it matters. I don't think it takes any prestige away from the event because it is a true test of your car, your focus, your mental capacity, your fitness, your pit crew, and the strength of your team from start to finish, from the start of the weekend all the way through the end. You got to be damn near perfect to win the Southern 500.
Got to have all of it. And I was thinking, man, about this being the last race, the playoffs. All right, before we get into who's going to make it and who's not, how do you feel about this format when you look at it? Like, I love it. I don't think there's any weak links in it.
That's great.
Because it.
Are you talking about the races in the playoffs, or are you talking about just winning you're in?
Winning you're in, that type of stuff. Because it rewards winning, but then it rewards, like, everybody's always like, I hate this conversation where people are like, well, you race all year, and it just decided by one race at Phoenix. Like, no, it's not. It's not decided by one race at Phoenix. You have to make it there. It is so hard to make it there that once you make it to Phoenix, it's almost like winning a championship in itself.
I agree with that point, and I've been on that side. We've talked to Chris Bell. He doesn't see it that way, but I think that...
Well, because he's wrong.
Yeah. Now, I think, though, 15 years from now, when Denny Hamlin is getting a blue jacket, I feel like your final four appearances at Phoenix should carry a significant amount of merit.
1,000% is going to be a thing. Final four appearances, and I think they've started that talk. But just to make it there, you have to put together such a good season to make it through this round, through these rounds, especially this year. It's like the first two rounds are just survive in advance. But if you win the regular season championship, it's 15 extra bonus points. The bonus points are weighted all the way through. It's really...
I think it's pretty dialed in.
It's great. It's great. And it not only rewards winning races, it rewards winning stages. And we're going to see a great battle not only for the cutoff line, but for the regular season championship as well. So I'm excited. Who makes it in?
Well, before we get into that, let's give the fans a little bit of context on Darlington. There's probably the majority of guys that listen to the show probably know all the things about Darlington, why one corner smaller than the other because of the Minnow Pond, the whole thing. But let's just give you the Cliff Notes. 1.336 mile built in 1950. Turns 3 and 4 is tighter radius due to a minnow pond that the farmer that owned the real estate didn't want to make it the same size as turn 1 and 2. Interesting. Or as my 4-year-old says, Instaring. Turns 1 and 2, 23 degrees. Both corners are vastly, vastly different, and the balance of your car is way different from one side to the other. And turn 3 and 4 now used to be turn 1 and 2. They swapped it about 15 years ago, but that's way into the weeds. It's home of many of the most memorable finishes in our sport, and it's like, when I tell people this, it's like the Fenway Park of NASCAR. It's like you press pause in 1970, get rid of the troughs in the bathroom, put urinals in, and that's pretty much where we go. It's a special place, special feeling rolling into there. Doesn't have all the bells and whistles. It's just a straight-up racetrack that will eat your lunch and not think twice about it.
It's like if Fenway Park had a haunted house inside of it. 'Cause it's much scarier.
It is.
Fenway Park's it's got some vines and it's welcoming.
You ever been to Fenway?
Yeah. It's welcoming and it's nice. It's in the city. This is out in the country on the side of the road. It's mean.
It is mean.
It don't like you.
It doesn't take, I'm telling you, you whistled into 3 2 mile an hour too fast, your day's done.
Dude, the first time we went there was a throwback race. I was on the 21 Wood Brothers car. I think it was our first time there with Ryan as well. And, I mean, it was like Leonard, they had all the Wood Brothers there. We were all dressed Leonard was out there with the sign.
Yep.
And it was no sooner that they stopped the national anthem that we had hit the fence and we were pitting for tires because we had smoke. I got smoke. It was like, oh, we weren't even ready yet. It happens so quick. These bodies are a little bit more forgiving, but, just like you've said in the past, if you hit your wheel just wrong, it ruins your whole day because you got to fix your toe link or, this is just a gritty race. And it's a race that I feel like more people lose it than they do win it because it's just like each run, each pit cycle, people, okay, that one took themselves out of it. That one took themselves out of it. That one took themselves out of it.
Start the race, there's 15 contenders, and at the end of the race, there's 4.
Yep, and that's why we see, guys like Eric Jones in the 43 car on their best night. Their team had their best night. Regan Smith, after the repave. It's a place that if your team performs the best and other teams have a little bit of chink in their armor, we could see a surprise winner.
Yep, I agree with that.
It's going to be hard.
Trivia question, and if you guys are listening, this might be the Arctic ice cold question of the week. Do you know who won the largest gap first to second in NASCAR history?
Probably Richard Petty. He's won everything.
Nope.
Who was it?
Uncle Ned.
Ned Jarrett.
Yep, handsome.
Where at?
Here.
I should have just looked at my sheet. It
I know.
It sounded so dumb.
14 laps. 1965.
14 laps?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness, Ned. Back her down.
He was on it. He was on it.
Yeah,
he said, I came today to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum. I'm about to smoke these fools.
Dang, that is
44 cars started, 28 DNF'd. But they all were 14 laps down chasing.
Dale's dad.
Dale's dad.
And, hey, his grandson was the spotter for Harris Burton this week when they won Daytona. Shout out Jason Jarrett.
Jason.
It's full circle. Dude, have you ever seen the Rainbow Warriors documentary? Where they are behind the scenes at
with Baby Chad.
But where they're behind the scenes at the Winston Million when they win it.
Yeah.
The Winston Million was one of the best things ever. Obviously, Bill Elliott was the first winner of it. And now
1985, $1 million bill.
Covered grandstands, people just losing it.
Which that would be coming out of turn 2 currently. That used to be the front straightaway that flipped. I don't know the exact year. Late 90s, early 2000s. I'm curious that's a lot of pennies, especially 1985. I'm curious what $1 million in 1985 would be now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious what that guy holding the Coors Light bottle, what they ever did with that Coors Light bottle in the back. That'd be a cool relic.
And then you got Jeff Gordon.
This was interesting.
I liked how they had the orange roof numbers and the spoilers for the No Bull competitors. Was it the No Bull 5?
Yeah, there's Mike Trower. You know who?
Look at that bag of money.
I love. It's not. We don't have a clip of it when they'd follow the armored vehicle around.
Yeah,
and they threw the money out.
I know.
Do you know who he beat in that race?
Everybody.
Jeff Burton. Look at this full circle. We're just full circle today on spare change. Yeah, he wasn't very good. When you watch that documentary back, he wasn't very good. They won the race off pit road. Worked on that car all day. Spring rubbers in, spring rubbers out. It was I kind of challenge everybody to go watch that. I think it's Refuse to Lose documentary is so good. But, man, Darlington, so...
All right, now we get to 2024.
Let's get back to it. It's a tight pit road. There are 2 separate pit roads because, like you said, it flipped. So the old pit road is still on the backstretch. Like, you could literally have a race and use that pit road if you wanted to. But pit road's really big, a lot of room to work. It's going to be important to qualify well because there's a couple stalls that are really good for rolling time. And it is really hard to get on pit road under green here.
It's very dusty, very sandy.
Very far, way down there.
Very far away from the racing surface. It's easy to misjudge.
Remember when Tyler Reddick missed it and Newman running back and we said, little son too short to get his hand out the window.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in the middle of the road there trying to – but you get it in there, and the tires only make grip when they're squeezed to the maximum potential. When you whistled in there like 80% trying to get it woed down and the tires aren't squeezed and the sidewalls aren't flexed, you are legitimately like driving on ice skates.
And the slower you go, the less downforce you have.
So those are the keys, right? Get on and off pit road. Pit road rolling speed, no mistakes. Usually see some trisected stages. You see 1 or 2 guys try to bisect it, go long, but most of the time you're seeing 2 stops during a green flag stage. Restarts are key. Clean air is king. Not hitting the wall. But it takes being perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know,
big transition from day to night.
I think that's a little bit of a trap word. I don't think you have to be perfect. You have to keep yourself in it, right? Like you're in this race. There's so much margin there's so much time to make mistakes. Whether it be 12 different pit stops, whether it be you know how hard the racetrack is to run, restarts. You're inevitably going to mess up.
Yeah.
So if you go there trying to be perfect, you're going to be let down. And then once you if you're planning on being perfect, then you're not perfect, then you kind of lose focus. So like here, it's just like a gritty day. You got to keep a minute. If you have an issue, you got to mitigate it. Get your guy on the lead lap. Only pit once, and don't have a big.
Is this a place for pit crew guys where my mindset going in is like give myself an extra 8 to 10 inches to the fence. Give myself like 1 or 2% of a margin for error, right? Instead of being 99%, be like 96% and just give yourself a little bit of wiggle room are you guys shooting for 9 threes instead of 8 fives? Like,
well, the trap here is you go to the Southern 500 and it's like, all right, we're going to do a lot of pit stops. We got to have the best day. And you start like a sprinter, right? Running, you try to go hard. And then you throw a couple fast numbers up, then you try to beat that one, and then you have a big mistake, and then you're on your heels. I can't have another mistake again. So for me, the way I'd like to approach this race and my team approach this race is put darts on the board early, right? Keep them in the nines. Gain, as we like to say, gain or maintain. And then when it comes down to the end of the race, you're gonna have to throw them up on the shoulder, and you're gonna you might have to do an 8. You know, you're gonna have to. You might have to win the race on pit road. There's a lot of traps to fall into at Darlington. That's why this is one of our crown jewel races, because it's really hard to win, and you have to have a great night. You might have to have your best night ever to win it. Answer my damn question this time. Don't deflect. Who is going to win the race?
Who's going to win the race?
Who's going to win? Who's going to win the regular season championship?
I don't know the point spread at the moment. Is Tyler Reddick still in the hunt?
Tyler Reddick is leading.
Okay.
And then I don't know. For me, I think Tyler Reddick is great at Darlington. I think Kyle Larson is great at Darlington. I think sometimes when you go to Darlington and Homestead, they fall into that same trap where they know they're great there. They're going to drive the ever-living out of their car, bounce it off the fence, and inevitably put themselves in a bad spot. That's what I see them do.
I'm still riding that 45 train.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yep.
They're good right now. Who makes it down the cutoff line? So you got the 17 is plus 21,
okay.
23 is minus 21, and the one car is like minus 23 or 25 or something like that.
Well, you say that 21 sounds like a lot of points. That's 2 stages. 2 stages.
Well, yeah, 2 stages.
Right. Somebody not get points, somebody win a stage. We've seen the one run well here, be in the points during stages to be able to close that gap, and then ultimately, obviously, where you finish is going to be the difference.
17 was in the hunt to win this race earlier this year. The 6 ended up winning it.
They'll be strong. They just need to have a nice fairway drive sort of day.
Yeah.
I feel like that 17 group can do it.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't foresee the order in which it is currently changing after Sunday night.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be a new winner unless
winner.
Kyle Busch just unless his team. Obviously he is the guy, right? But if his team,
any given Sunday, he can go get you a dub.
Any given Sunday. Yep, agreed.
But
and
not for the last.
We've seen Chase Briscoe win
Thursday.
here it's gonna be hard, right? But we've seen him win here in an Xfinity car. We've seen Josh Berry running very well lately. Like, this is a place where I'm telling you, if Josh Berry won this race, it'd be a surprise, but it wouldn't be like the upset of a century.
Yeah,
it'd be a big upset. But I don't know. This for some reason, the way this place cycles, and if you have a couple guys have a bad night, and you're running the right spot, and your pit crew has a couple good stops in a row, and they get you up front, and you have clean air late in the race. Yeah. It is a place. It's not a complete wild card like a Daytona or Talladega. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But it is a place where somebody can have their best night and outperform everybody else, and it could be somebody that surprises you.
I would agree with that take. I think we can go run top 15. We've ran well there. Finished 15th in the spring.
Awesome.
I would love to just finish one lately. That's where I'm at right now. Just finishing it would be nice. But you guys could be the first ones to tune in. Tune in and find out. 6 p.m. on USA this Sunday night, guys. The Southern 500. Listen to it on MRN, NASCAR app, or Sirius XM Channel 90. Who you think is going to be the last regular season event of the year, going to get us into that 10-week playoff for the championship, for that Bill France Senior Cup? Who's it going to be? Well, we shall find out together Sunday night. Have a great day. Goodbye.